to do it. Right, let's cast our minds back. How are you feeling now, by the way?
Better.
Good. Was it a horrible kind of coldy flu thing?
You know what? That day was an absolute nightmare.
Oh no.
As in,
I feel really now.
yeah, I don't want to be too graphic, but it just was not good that day at all.
Right, well,
So
I couldn't...
I was firming it
Are
a
you
lot.
okay?
Catch up. Go onto Google Classroom and complete lessons 1 and 2. Okay?
Look, it was... I've not actually seen you teach in depth before. I knew about your teaching last year, so
yeah,
I didn't know anything different in terms of your form in the classroom, and it was what I saw. I was really pleased with. So
I'm glad, but I was very disappointed because it was a very very different Mr. Charles. It was just with Torin, I felt for her because she ran out of the class feeling sick, and I was like, you know what? I understand
you
your
want to
pain,
do the
and then
same. Well, look, I saw nothing that I was concerned about, apart from marking. But I didn't look in depth enough at marking, and I had to go speak to Alex about the expectation because I am with Hegarty Maths. It's really hard for us to look at your books and know what I know. You're supposed to acknowledge that they've been doing it right, and and check that they've been showing they're working. But from the observations I've done, that varies from comments like good, which is that what you're supposed to write? I don't know. Like, what kind of feedback is that? I've always said writing good is pointless because you might as well write nothing, because for them it's like it's not helpful. But what kind of feedback are they supposed to get?
The comments are more so or more detailed on Hegarty Maths. So if they have any issues, because they complete tasks and there are videos and tutorials that they watch, and if they have any difficulties, then they ask us, and they can send us comments, so I didn't quite understand how to do this.
Right.
And I'll say, please come and see me. And then we have the kind of catch-up sessions after school and during prep as well. So they come to those as well. So a lot of the feedback is oral and...
Do you like it?
Direct. Yes, but what seems to be happening now is that we're doubling up the work, because Hegarty Maths was introduced as a ploy to kind of lighten our load, but then how it's working out, it has its benefits, but then it has its setbacks as well.
Fine, so you're worried about the workload. Yeah, I mean, and that's why I didn't comment on marking, because I wasn't in a position to... No, I just knew that from the couple of books I picked up, and which is why I decided not to look at marking, because I didn't then have enough time to do an in-depth look. There weren't any comments from you, so just bear that in mind with that class. But I haven't commented on marking. I gave your behaviour outstanding because of your... And I know from previous observations and from reading your other comments, it's very typical of you to have that very lovely manner with them. You respect them, that gets respect back from them to you. You show gratitude. I love the way you thank them quite a lot. You use their first names, like all those courteous things that we want to embed in them. Is fantastic role modelling, and you obviously know the students very well. There was no opportunity for them to opt out, which is something I'm big on looking at the moment. What does the teacher do to make sure that kids can't zone out, opt out? They know they could be called upon any time. They want to please you. And that was a really, really lovely atmosphere. And you addressed the quiet voices or voice, I can't remember who it was, very well, asking them to speak up. So all those things, are ethos and culture embedded. So that was flawless. Data's showing a typically good picture at the moment of progress. So from end of year 9 to now, some outstanding progress. Julia moved from a 2+ to 5+. That's incredible. Have you bigged her up for that? Yeah.
Do you know what? I spoke with her mum as well, because her mum, she wants to move up a set, and I told her, do you know what, Julia, we have very good rapport, and you're working. I think it'd be best for you to stay, because I spoke to her about it. I know she has peers in other class, and I thought that maybe if she was to move with her peers, she wouldn't be as focused. But she's doing really well, and we have a good rapport, and she's working really hard. So yeah.
Good. I can't remember if... Oh no, you do your own bandings. She's in our P band, and she's not moving up. So I think you've got your own... She's not doing as well in English.
There is
so
correlation
I think if
with
you
science
moved her
as well.
up in maths, another reason would be she needs to focus on her English, and if she moved up in maths, that would be even more challenge. And I think the stability, everything you've said, is much better for her to stay. I just think in year 10 and 11, there's no point in them moving. It does them no
because you have
they
to
should
then
be
learn,
in the right place
yeah.
by then, and she can then be at the top of your class.
Exactly.
Unless she's not learning anymore, then that's a sign for her to move up. So, yeah, good. I need to tell her that as well. Actually, Bradley and Nathan also making very good progress, which is lovely to see, because in English, again, Nathan's making some progress, but not as good as in maths. Tyreek's regression he's done the same for me. 4 minus, no, he stayed the same for me from year 9 to 10. Well, I mean, I say 9 to 10 from the summer till now, but for you, he's regressed by a grade. Is that to do with the skills in which he was assessed, or do you think he's doing well?
With regards to Tyreek came down. He wasn't originally in my set. So, it's more so kind of,
Saying,
yeah.
I know he came up, actually, into 9. He came up into 9, yeah. Was he, so you didn't teach him in year 9? Did you teach this class in year 9?
I taught this class in year 9, but I didn't teach Tyreek.
Fine. Okay, so that's one to be...
How can I help you? Go onto Google Classroom and do tasks 1 and 2. Thank you very much.
Where do they go to do that?
Online.
No, I know, but
As in,
which
oh no, they do it independent. Isn't at home.
Oh, okay,
so,
fine. That's really easy then. That's lovely. I know nothing about Google Classroom, which is awful. Yeah, be mindful of him. Put something in place for him, because he's one of your targeted ones. You want him to turn from red to amber at least in the next assessment round.
My thing is I do look at the grades individually in terms of now, but the main thing I look at is the end of year 1, because 1, they take it more seriously. Muna, how can I help you? Hexi Maths? Okay, let me open the spreadsheet. I'm going to write down your name, and so you don't have to wait. I will put you on standby so you can sort it out. Thank you very much. Apologies, miss.
Okay.
Actually, no, I've already sorted you out, so you are good to go. ACHC07. Voila.
Thank you.
Adios. But it's the importance is still on the current exams, but I always find that they take the final exams more seriously, and there's a lot more kind of push. And I am pushing.
What, the end of year,
end of year exams.
End of year 11?
No. It's in the end of
year 11, the end of year exam.
Yes.
Fine. I think you do need to be mindful, though.
I'm definitely mindful.
Last assessment round was at Christmas. Yeah?
Yes.
So I think Tyreek needs to know that he is a red, which he does know.
And I've spoken with his parents as well, and put some things in place with regards to that. So he's come for some catch-up sessions as well.
Right. Yeah, that's what he needs to know. What is that you're doing something and you're aware
Yes.
of him. Perfect. And where have you gone? Yeah, and everything else about the lesson. I know you weren't feeling well, but I didn't take that. I took that into account, but it didn't affect my kind of judgments of the lesson, because I thought the pace was excellent. I liked the literacy focus of the do now, although I think from asking them, I don't think you'd done the top half of the do now. It was only the bottom half, whether you were asking them to, you were testing them on their higher times tables.
Yes.
I think when I came in the room, you were asking Julie, but I liked the way you kind of got them to bounce off each other, and where they got stuck. I think what my main... Come in, Kiara.
Hi, sir. I have to come and see you after school, but is it a catch-up or a detention?
So, just a quick discussion.
Okay, thank you, sir.
I think, what did I say? First part of the do now was literally based, but apparently this wasn't completed. What do these words mean? Edge, face, parts of shapes you can touch, vertex. Adam was unable to define the vertex. So I think... there was effective probing and questioning with students being stretched to develop an answer and explain why. I think what I would like to have seen was you going back to those students who struggled. So there's that thing we all do, which is just move on into somebody who does know the answer, but then actually remember to go back to, it's a very basic thing, but remember to go back to that person who was struggling, to then make sure that they were listening, because sometimes they're embarrassed about having not been able to answer, but then their friend has answered, and they kind of give up listening because they know that they're off the hook. So going back to those people and going back within the lesson to the words from earlier in the lesson. I'm sure these are things you all do, but in that task, in that section I saw, I would have gone back to the kids who struggled with some of those times tables to then get them to say them again. But I'm guessing you do.
That makes it, yes.
Yeah.
It was, yeah. Do you know what? I don't.